Thank you, Dave, so much. And thank you all for having me here. This is just such a wonderful thing to be a part of. I feel completely inspired and really awestruck, honestly. And it's just been amazing to learn about all the work done by the Sodexo Foundation and also the Sodexo employees. And just, I want to offer my congratulations to the heroes of everyday life. You are absolutely my heroes, and you're celebrities in my book. So I'm so happy that you were honored in this way. And I really can't wait to see what you guys accomplish next, for sure. So my passion for fighting hunger comes from my experience as both a nutritionist and a parent. So as a nutritionist, one thing I know for sure is that you cannot possibly have a healthy diet without access to good, healthy food. And this is really paramount, and I've been active in my own community and also on the national level to promote hunger causes, to fight hunger. As a nutritionist, I see how hunger, it's clear that hunger hinders childhood development. It hurts students' performance. You can't think about anything when you're hungry. You can't focus. It prevents young people, therefore, from reaching their full potential. So if the question that we face is how to provide our next generation with an opportunity to take on the world, to make a difference in the world, then ensuring food security is definitely the answer to getting there, and certainly a key part. As a parent, I have a 12-year-old daughter. I can't even fathom the idea that she might go to bed hungry or worry where her next meal is. It's an injustice to young people that there are young people all around us that don't know what they'll eat tomorrow. And it amazes me, and it's just simply unacceptable that children do not look forward to summer break. They dread it, in fact, because now they don't have regular meals that their school lunch would provide. And I see my own daughter, she's so over the moon that it's summer break, and to think that some children actually dread that, that needs to be stopped, and we're here doing that. And what gives me tremendous hope in the midst of all of this is that there are young people with us tonight, and the people we just heard from, but also young people with us tonight who are taking steps to eliminate hunger before they've even taken their driver's tests. I mean, these people will put you to shame for sure. And tonight, it is my great pleasure to introduce the next part of our program, in which we honor the Stephen J. Brady Stop Hunger Scholars. These 5 remarkable students have made a significant impact in the fight against hunger. They have each earned $5,000 for their education, as well as a matching grant of $5,000 in their name for the hunger-related charity of their choice. In addition, Sodexo Foundation will also recognize 19 Stop Hunger regional honorees with a $1,000 donation for their preferred hunger relief charities. Well, now we get to meet these remarkable people in person, so I'd like to welcome all of our scholars up to the stage. Braeden, Kylee, Sophie, Isaac, and Caroline, please come up. I'd also like to welcome Lorna Donatone, who's going to join me as we talk to the scholars about their great work.
Thank you.
Hi, Lorna.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Happy to be here. These fabulous people brings tears to my eyes.
I know, it's really amazing. So I can't wait to hear from them, so let's do it. We have a few questions for each of you. So what we've done, actually, was we have a little surprise. We've talked to each of your teachers, and they've submitted some academic questions in chemistry and to make sure that you've been doing your schoolwork.
Right.
So it'll be a little, I'm just kidding. JK, as my daughter says. So we actually want to hear about your fight against hunger, so we're looking forward to that. So actually, if you guys get down, we'll start with Braeden. Thank you.
Let's get the right spot. Hi, Braeden.
Hello.
You went back here with me.
Good hitting the mark, though, I
guess.
guess.
It was excellent. How are you?
I'm very good.
I'm good. How is your table? Is it people good?
Yes.
Okay. All right, just checking. I had a good one. I'm right there at 22. Yeah. So we had a look at some of those pictures, and it turns out, Ellie, and you saw them, he's a pretty big deal. You have met the First Lady, you met Rachel Ray, and now Ellie and I. So, who are you most excited to meet, though?
Well, out of all the people I'm most excited to meet, I'd have to say Michelle Obama. She's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's great. Yeah, what? And were you at the White House?
Yes.
You were behind that podium with the big White House sign on it.
So this is nothing. This is just,
Yeah,
this is nothing. So tell us about Bray's Brown Bags program. Bray's Brown Bags.
Well,
I
Bray's
love that
Brown
idea.
Bags, or 3B, helps homeless and poor people and gives them healthy food and clean water. And it gives them contact information on where they can go and where they are and who they can call.
That's incredible.
Nice.
So how did you get started with this? What gave you this idea?
Well, in 2013, I got to go to the White House and meet Michelle Obama, and she asked me how I could pay the experience forward. And there were a lot of homeless people in Washington, D.C. and in Delaware, where I live. And I thought it was a social injustice that they couldn't eat healthy and have access to clean water.
So you did something. A lot of people think that, but not that many people do something about it. And so that's pretty incredible.
So you are doing a lot right now, but what's your hunger dream?
Well, my hunger dream is that there will be less people hungry and that more people will have access to healthy food and clean water.
I think it's a fabulous dream.
And so which is the organization that's going to be getting the $5,000 grant?
I don't know.
You don't know yet? TBD? Excellent.
That's good. Hey, so Braeden, so I can certainly speak for all of us here. I cannot wait. If you're doing this in 5th grade, I cannot wait to see what you do next.
Yeah, in 6th grade. Imagine what 6th grade.
I know.
It's pretty crazy.
But let's give
Thank you
Braeden
so
a round
much,
of
Brady.
applause. Bravo. Thank you.
So next we would like to welcome Kylee. So you were just
Hi, Kylee.
10 years old when you realized that kids around you were struggling with hunger.
Yes.
And so can you describe how you felt when you first sort of realized this problem?
When the problem was first brought to my attention, it was actually brought to my attention by my grandparents. And at first, I couldn't believe them that that happened in my own community. So I asked my principal and found out it was true, and I wanted to do something to help.
And so tell us about what you did to help.
I started a nonprofit organization called Kylie's Care Kits for Kids, where I provide care kits of food to over 225 children every week.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Thank you.
And how did you convince people at that age that young people can make a difference in fighting hunger?
I was 10 when I first started, and if a 10-year-old could make a difference in the world, like how I made a difference in so many people's lives, then anyone could.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
And so tell us about the organization that will be receiving your $5,000 gift.
Kylie's Care Kits for Kids.
Well, that makes it awesome. And I know you're going to put it to great use doing that. So excellent.
Oh,
Thank you, Kylee.
Kylee, thank you.
Thank you.
So next, let me welcome up Sophie. Hi, Sophie, welcome.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. So you have done more than 1,200 hours of community service over the last 4 years. I won't ask you when you did your homework, but that popped into my head. A lot of people don't make the time to volunteer. Now, I'm not talking about people in this room. This is probably a good volunteer room, but a lot of people don't. So what can you say about the importance of giving back? What's it meant to you?
I think that it's really important to give back. I started with a package of seeds, and I have grown so much from there. I would honestly tell people that if I was able to give back at such a young age, I feel like anyone can. And we all have the opportunity. It's just we have to go out there and take it.
Just do it.
Yeah,
Just do
exactly.
it. Yeah. And your sister, Simone, was a 2014 Stop Hunger Regional honoree. And Simone is here tonight.
Yeah, she's over there at table 20. Right there.
Table 20, a shout out to Table 20. But my question for you is, how does it feel to be part of what may be a Stop Hunger Sodexo dynasty?
Well, my sister is one of my greatest role models, but community service is a really big part of my family. My dad is in the Navy, and he was deployed when I was very little after 9/11. And he taught me and my siblings, all of us, that service is very important. So I just hope to be able to follow in their footsteps. My sister and brother have done amazing things, and I just hope to be just like them. So
What a great.
Beautiful. Well, I love how you're especially helping get fresh produce to people, because that's something that I think people are realizing more and more how important that is. So that's really wonderful. And how do you think, helping people who are hungry may have changed you or your perception of the world?
When I was younger, I never knew that if I went into a food bank my first time, and I never knew that the amount of fresh produce they had was so limited, and it was just a really different experience. So when I went in there and I was donating produce, I saw the effect I could have on the world, and it's just amazing to learn that as youth, we can have an effect.
It's wonderful, Sophie. Thank you so much.
Sophie, you've recruited more than 1,000 of your peers to help in the fight against hunger. So what do you think is what's your best secret to recruiting? And we hire a lot of people. So I am going to be listening intently here.
All right. I love social media. I have over 300 followers on Twitter, so if you guys could go on Twitter, follow Go Healthy St. Louis, that'd be a big help.
Go Healthy St. Louis.
Go Healthy St. Louis.
Yeah, I love social media, but the thing is, I still am in high school, which may be hard to believe. Hopefully I look a little taller. But I have a lot of clubs around my high school that are able to help in the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and stuff like that, in the YMCA. So people want to help, they just want to find a way to. So if you give them that opportunity, I believe people will come out and help you.
Okay. And before you go back to your seat, I have something to give you. I was speaking to George. He's been up here on stage a couple of times, and he said you were admiring his Sodexo pin.
Oh, I was. It was
so
so
he
cool.
took it off, and he wanted you to have that.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sophie.
Thank you, Sophie, so much. And next we have Isaac. Come on up, Isaac. You're in the hot seat now. Right?
Welcome.
So Isaac, you have done something really impressive. You have collected over 85,000 items, recruited 1,500 volunteers, and raised $21,000. Is there a particularly memorable moment from all of your accomplishments that you found the most rewarding?
I cannot say that there's one moment where I feel like it was most rewarding, because every moment, really with every moment and every project, just seeing the faces and seeing seeing the faces and knowing that with this can, I'm feeding somebody, and with this money that was donated to the food bank, that they're gonna be able to use it more wisely and more productive than what I could go out and buy myself. So I feel like every moment was a very memorable moment.
And it sounds like it's that human connection that really gets you, seeing people's faces, as you say.
Yes, sir.
So I know we were going to take a selfie, we said, and I totally forgot my phone up here. So somebody take a picture of us so we can post it, okay? I know part of your inspiration comes from your own personal experience. So can you tell us a little bit about how you became involved in the fight against homeless and fighting hunger?
So for the hunger aspect, my magnet school is placed in a low-impoverished income and area. And so I was, through the help of an organization, I was able to tutor to those same kids. And it wasn't the factor that they weren't smart or they just wanted to play around. It was the fact that they were hungry and they didn't really have the really capacity long enough to focus. And so I figured that their 2 or 3 meals a day were coming from their school and their after-school program. And so I knew that I really wanted to make a difference and help out. So, and then for homelessness, my uncle actually, he was, because of the economic troubles of today and the past, he was laid off from his job. And again, it wasn't the factor that he didn't want to go work or that he wasn't being wise with his money. He just was, through the times, had to be laid off. So really just to know that he actually wanted to work but couldn't work, it was a really personal thing, and I knew that I wanted to help out with that also.
Wow, what an impact you've had. Thank you, Isaac.
Thank you, Isaac.
Next up is Caroline. Please join us, Caroline. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Hi, Caroline.
Hi.
So I think the question we're most interested in is, how do you get young people engaged? We loved hearing about you, but how do you get them engaged in this fight against hunger, and what do you think the secret is?
Engaged is actually a word that I really like because I think that is the key to getting youth involved in our communities. Beginning this process, I remember sitting in front of the television and seeing hungry children on the television and not knowing how I could help as a young person, but knowing that I needed to do something. The more I thought about it, I realized that I had a talent, I had a hobby, and that I should share that with the world to help someone else, and that was truly what my purpose was. I grew up performing, and I grew up in the theater, so I loved everything on the stage. I loved acting, singing, dancing, and so I got together with my friends and we created a talent show, and we were able to create a movement. And when you teach children that their talents and their hobbies are the driving force to their purpose in life, I think that engaged feeling happens, and I think that is truly the secret.
Yeah, really creates that engagement.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what motivates you on a daily basis to get up and put your energy into this?
I think really what my motivation is year after year just seeing the people who have supported the event and supported the cause for so many years. That is truly what motivates me, seeing that they are still devoted to this, that they have really seen the efforts that they've put into it. They've seen that their talents can make a difference. They've utilized it, and they're coming back to do it again, and that we have made a difference. And I think that is what motivates me to continue what I do. That's why I'm passionate, and that's why I want to continue to empower others and be inspired myself.
That passion comes through.
Yes.
It just the whole thing.
Thanks.
It just comes through. I might need to leave right now and go do something.
We got to do it right now.
So most of the scholars are younger than you. Do you have any advice for them as they continue their work?
Yes, well, I'm 18 years old, and I created this organization, and I created this process when I was 13. I was in 7th grade, around the same age as some of my other fellow scholar friends. And I think the advice that I would want to give to them is that no matter what, they are incredible individuals. High school is hard, middle school is even hard, and when you get into college, you're having to make really big decisions for yourself. And no matter what, you have created something that is a lasting legacy forever, and you need to remember that, and you need to continue, because we all have talents that we can utilize, and we can all utilize those things to create a better purpose for ourselves and for others, and to never, ever get discouraged, because what they are doing is so incredible, and they are truly young world leaders, and I couldn't be more proud to be standing among 11 and 13-year-olds who are making a difference in our world and are our future. Yeah. It's amazing.
That's true. That's true.
Well, you're pretty amazing yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
Congratulations. And so I'd like to invite everyone to come up on the stage and just give a big round of applause to all these amazing scholars.
So our scholars obviously have amazing support systems at home. Can I get a woohoo? All right, good. We'd like to take a second to recognize all of the parents, grandparents, and family members of our scholars who are helping them to reach their goals. If you are here with a scholar, would you please stand and let us give you a woohoo? Woo!
All right, well, that's a wrap, I guess they say, right? So for us anyway, so if we can depart the stage now, and I think Bob's going to come up and...
Yeah. So class dismissed.
Yes, indeed.